From Wall Street to Main Street, this is Lalate.
It's the top of the hour on Noontime here on Lalate, Wednesday, March 3rd, 2021. The president confirms a change for your $1,400 third stimulus check bill. It's a change that's being applauded because it means it's finally going to get passed. Wall Street's reported mixed numbers today as the Dow went up, but the NASDAQ tanked. The Senate's set to promptly remove the $50 minimum wage from the bill, the $14 third stimulus check bill, and get it passed. This now sets in place a path to get your check in your bank as early as this week. Meantime, the bond market rises, tech stocks fall, as America across this country awaits the arrival of your $1,400 third stimulus check. The exciting great news from Wall Street to Main Street starts right now as Afternoons LA continues. America awaits the $14 third stimulus check package, and so does Wall Street. Dow has just closed. Markets are now closed. Dow ended up 85 points. NASDAQ down 271 points, a drop of 2% by the NASDAQ today. As stimulus excitement grows, as the president makes a phone call today saying, "What do you want? I'll give it to you if you give me the vote." And they said yes. They said yes. What's happening? Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's noontime here on Lalate, the final hour, with a lot of big developments across the board. It's just after about 12 o'clock here. Wall Street is closed, and there is a lot of major developments. They're coming from the president, they're coming from Elizabeth Warren, they're coming from Bernie Sanders. This is the developments that you had wondered across the board. They're all coming from this person, Elizabeth Warren. I'll have more about her shortly. But let me tell you what's happening about your $14 third stimulus check right now. The major developing news is that the White House got a call earlier today and said, you know what, we want to modify not the check, not who's eligible for the check, but the top end. Something I don't cover too much on this channel. The substance of the conversation's irrelevant. What's relevant is that they said, do you want to do it? He said yes. The president said, deal, call it for a vote, we got it done. This is huge. This means you're getting your $1,400 third stimulus check. Finally, it's done. The deal has been brokered. The deal doesn't affect you specifically because most of the viewers of this channel don't make six figures and we're worried about not getting a stimulus check because they make six figures. That's why this doesn't really concern you what modification occurred. What concerns you is that this deal was made and they got the votes. Let me go over what's happening. Your $1,400 third stimulus check income eligibility is the same as the prior stimulus check. So if you make less than $75,000 individual, you get a stimulus check. You got that. First stimulus check was 75. Second one was 75. They're all the 75. You got that. No, that's not changed. You're still getting a check. On SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits getting a check. Child, you're getting a check. Adult dependents getting a check. Everyone's $1,400. Done. What's different here was the high end, what's called the phase out. Did you know that if you made $80,000, you would still get a stimulus check, just a little bit less? Yes, you do. That's called a phase out. So where would it phase out? all the prior stimulus packages phased out at $100,000 an individual, meaning at $99,000, you get a few dollars as a stimulus check. $100,000, bam, you don't get a stimulus check. Got it? Pretty easy. So what was the call today? The call today was from moderate Democrats to the White House saying, you know what, we want to phase out a little bit less than 100,000. He said, deal. We'll phase out a little bit less than 100,000. Do I have your votes? Absolutely, Mr. President. We'll get it done, and we're done. Wow, this is huge, great news. This is categorically the best news you could hear. There's 50 Democrats in the Senate. That's where the bill is now. Those 50 Democrats in the Senate have all now confirmed that they will vote in favor of the bill. The tiebreaker is this person, VP Harris. It's cold today in California, says Ms. Marie. It is. I got the window closed. The rain started coming down in LA here, and it is cold outside. I just stepped out for a second. It is freezing outside. There is Belinda in the room, and there's Kathy, and there's Crystal, there's Gunnar, Mr. Dale, and there's Carrie, and there's Jenny, and there's Alicia, and Ellie, and Connie. How are you? And there's Trish and Kathleen. It would be nice to get a check. Connie, it calms my nerves. Well, I appreciate that. Here's some water. Here's some ocean breezes. How are you? The sun is shining and nice in Michigan, says Lynn Glenn. There's my 6 kids, hubby and me. That's a screen name. There's Bonnie Kell. There's Miss Marie. There's Renee. Hey, Renee, how are you? That's the first item of huge, great news. That's item number 1. The Chavella Castillo. How are you? Stephanie King. There's Jenny Freeman. How are you? There's Bonnie Kell, Michelle Lenz, and Robert Elliott. Debbie Piper. Thank you for coming to Purple Hawk. Purple timing. That's perfect timing. She knew that I was looking over at the screen, Debbie. She knew I was looking over the screen. So that's the perfect time to get my perfect time, even though there's a slight delay. Perfect time, because I saw her name. I said, give her a like. Everyone welcome Debbie to the family. There's been a lot of birthdays today. If you've not subscribed, come on now. Hit that subscribe button right now. This is a channel where I don't have some fancy graphics going across the screen with some like button or anything. I literally use my own thumb. I'm happy with my thumb. Are you happy with your thumb? I'm happy with my own thumb. Here's my thumb. Hit that like button right now. Also subscribe. Use the other thumb and use the other thumb to hit that subscribe button right now. This channel's on fire. The last 2 days have been our best 2 days in 3 weeks. Everyone's adoring this new live format. I'm loving you. It was a lot of fun. There is interactivity, live breaking news. There's a new show every 30 minutes. It's 6 hours of programming. Mornings at Lalate is 9 to 12 on the West Coast. 9 to 11, 2 hours of programming. That's 11, 2 hours. And then 11 to 1 is noontime. And then 1 to 3 is afternoons, LA. Dow is having a little problems today. A little bit of problems. Dow is up 85, NASDAQ down 271, down 2%. It was a day in which a lot of stuff happened. And why is the Dow down 2%? Well, why is the NASDAQ down 2%? Microsoft down $3, Walmart down $2, Tesla down $4. It's because of bond yields. It's a couple reasons. One, bond yields rose again. But I really don't think it's because bond yields rose. It's because of what's called reopening play. Retail companies up, Target, Kohl's, blockbuster earnings numbers early this week. Airlines up today, and hospitality like American and Norwegian cruise lines up today. So the flight out of tech to reopen plays is underway. It's not a long-term mix. It's just happening today. But what I think is really at issue is not that. It's this impact of data that affects your fourth stimulus package. That data came from a new report out today, an economic report that Wall Street saw. I saw it, and I didn't like the data, which said there's not enough jobs being created. Private payroll growth, disappointed. Companies added only 115 jobs last month, when Wall Street was expecting 250,000 new jobs. That number's not good. That means basically your fourth stimulus check package needs to get passed right away. What's a fourth stimulus check package, and why are you hearing about it so quickly, so fast? A couple reasons. One, the one that's on the Senate floor now is this third stimulus check package. It has 50 Democrats who said this morning, we'll vote for it if you modify the phase out of the stimulus check. But yesterday they also put another demand. I love it. I love it. I love when they play dirty. I love it. What did they say? We'll give you, Mr. President, the vote for this one, for the third stimulus package, if when you do the fourth one, because you're writing it now, you have reoccurring stimulus checks. No joke. Wow. 11 out of 50 Democrats in the Senate wrote the letter. Now, that's not to say that the other 40 or 39 don't support it. It's just 11 to start. Said, this is a third package. You're writing the fourth. When you write the fourth, we won't agree to it unless you do reoccurring stimulus checks. That's the second big news. First news is that they're passing this bill. Hey, Janny, how are you? Second one is the reoccurring stimulus checks on the fourth stimulus package. The third one is what this video is about. And this person, Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren, she said that she wanted to pay for that SSI and SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits, $200 a month by using a wealth tax. And when did that wealth tax formulate? When did we see it? Monday. This Monday. Elizabeth Warren introduced on Monday a wealth tax bill. A standalone bill she introduced on Monday that would generate $2.75 trillion to the U.S. economy over the next 10 years. And with that $2.75 trillion, she would have the money to pay $200 a month for SSI and SSDI on top of your existing benefits for 12 months. Would have the money to raise your benefits up to 20% lifetime and new benchmark different than COLA. Would basically mirror her promises for her campaign trail for president. In 2020, she said she was going to do exactly this. She, in fact, debuted this bill in written format while on the campaign trail. She said the way I pay for these programs is by a rich tax bill, or taxing the uber rich. Not people that a couple $1 million a year, people whose net worth is over $50 billion, 2% tax, and the people whose net worth is over $1 billion, an additional 1% tax. She said that is the way we'll pay for it. And yesterday, she discussed it, and on Monday, she introduced the bill. Wow. Suddenly, this channel, which launched live last Friday with this new format, has now seen with you, the followers of this channel, Purple Power, who have absolutely been swarming in. I'm loving the comments on the left. I'm loving the new subscribers. If you've not subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now. Hit that like button. If you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. If you're a member, yesterday I sent you a copy of her wealth tax bill so you can see it yourself. It doesn't mention SSI and SSDI because all it does is say we're going to tax people and we're going to generate the taxes. The bill that comes after that would be where to put all the money. This is huge. This is really huge. Let's cut back to that third stimulus check bill right now because I know you're asking about it. And there was a super chat. It was that from? That was from Donna Boyd. Oh my God, thank you for the massive super chat. There's Crystal's Belito Venezuela Reyes. You're the man. Gracias. How are you? And there's Miss Marie. And there's Nancy Spivey. How are you? And there's Linda Cole, Anita, and Blanca Garcia. And there's Sharon Dwiggins. How are you? There's Jeanette Foster, Jenny Freeman. There's Janice. How are you? If I missed anyone who joined or did super chat, sorry, I'm trying my best. The bill that the president has in the Senate right now is a $14 stimulus check for individuals that make less than $75,000. Today's developments don't change that. The phase out is what's changed. It would phase out at $80,000 instead of $100,000. There's $400 of FPUC extended from March to August 29th, extension of PUA, UI, PUC, an expansion of the tax credit, $3,600 for children under the age of 5. That's $300 a month starting the month of July, $300 a month per child. On top of their $1,400 stimulus checks, that's $5,000 for every child 5 and under. If the child's 17 or younger, you would get $3,000 plus $1,400. That's $250 a month starting the month of July on top of that $1,400 stimulus check. There's $20 billion for COVID vaccine distribution, $50 billion for testing and tracing, $350 billion to go into state, which would be for public sector hazard pay. That's how that public sector hazard pay works across the country. Cities and counties would get this money that they could then pay you, if you're a public sector worker, for hazard pay. $25 billion for rent. That is for low-income rent, middle-class rent, mortgage assistance, meaning money for your mortgage assistance. Now remember, the mortgage moratorium and eviction moratorium, it ends in late March. It ends in late March. Don't miss that deadline. Stay with me because I'm watching for an executive order. I'm expecting an executive order that will extend eviction moratorium and mortgage forbearance because it's expiring in just a few weeks. And then there's money for K-12 and schools. The time for decisive action is long overdue, says Nancy Pelosi. President Biden's America Rescue Plan is that plan, she said. The president's urged for swift, immediate passage. In all my years, I am really proud of what we did, says Representative Richard Neal, Democrat out of Massachusetts. He is the head of the Ways and Means Committees. For those who ask if we did too much, the answer is no. The numbers speak volumes, says Nancy Pelosi. The time is now. Barbara Lee out of California says half measures just won't cut it. We need to do it right now. The news came as Wall Street today was really grappling with poor financial news about jobs. America starts to reopen across the country. The president announced yesterday that by May, 60 days earlier, the entire country could be vaccinated. And even if you're vaccinated, is there jobs? Wall Street saw the new jobs numbers, job creations today, and they were not particularly robust, which means that when we do that fourth stimulus package, we're going to need more stimulus. And that's why those Democrats are asking for multiple stimulus checks. How does this all work together? I'll have more about this and the details about the third, fourth stimulus and the standalone bill coming up right up after this 60-second commercial break. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LA Daily for the excitement of the new LA live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LA at 9 a.m. Home LA returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LA at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LA.
From LA Late News headquarters in Santa Monica, this.
How are you? Big developments across the board as we see what's unfolding today. A lot of changes, a lot of excitement, and the excitement stems from details that Wall Street's trying to grapple with as well. Those details concern new job creations. And those new job creation numbers came out earlier today. This all impacts your fourth stimulus package. It also affects the push for your third stimulus check package. You're going to get a third stimulus check bill into law. Your $14 third stimulus check is becoming law. We now have that confirmation from the Senate that the Senate brokered a deal earlier today that would do two things: remove the $15 minimum wage and modify the phase out of the $14 stimulus check. You have that now going for a vote. The vote will be finalized as early as the end of the day. It would then go back to the House, and then it would go to the president to sign. You could see the stimulus check within 3 days. That's the great news. The push to get that done faster than later is because of this data. There was a series of new data that came out today that implicates the need for the third stimulus and also the push to get fourth stimulus. What's fourth stimulus? Fourth stimulus is reopening stimulus. As America reopens across the country, the president has a plan called the Recovery Act. The Recovery Act wasn't supposed to be to August or September because we weren't supposed to be fully vaccinated until then. Guess what? Yesterday, the president announced that we will be fully vaccinated by May, 2 months earlier. Well, you can do math. I can do math. That means that the fourth stimulus package will be coming 2 months earlier, meaning get this one done right now because we're right into the next bill. Yes. If we're fully vaccinated by the month of May, then we're fully reopened across the country by the month of May. Now, reopen does not mean we have jobs. Reopen does not mean we have money, enough money in our pockets. And so what is Wall Street looking at? Wall Street's looking at this number today. It was not good. Private payroll growth disappointed in February. Wall Street expecting 117,000 new jobs created in the month of February. Wall Street was expecting 225. It came in at 117. It's a disappointing number, said Paul Ashkoff, head of Capital Economics. With the pandemic still in the driver's seat, the service sector remains well below its pre-pandemic levels. This sector is one that will likely benefit the most with time as reopenings increase, says Neela Richardson, chief economist at ADP. Translation? The translation is when we start to reopen across this country, when we're fully vaccinated in May, then is there a job? Not yet. There is still no job for a lot of Americans. Long-term unemployment numbers are 4 million people long-term unemployed, meaning more than 6 months. 18 million have been are on continuing unemployment claims, 800,000 new jobless claims per week. Tomorrow morning, we see the new update for that shortly before morning's Lalate debuts at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We see the new jobless numbers. All this means is we need 4 stimulus ready to go into the House of Representatives right away as soon as this bill goes out this week to the president to sign. If the president's ready to sign this, he better be ready with the next bill. There's no waiting around. The president has touted his successes in getting doses out. He needs to now show that he can get his next bill out to the House as well. And that's why the timing by those Democrats, 11 of them, was excellent, saying that we will give you the vote for this bill this week, but get ready for that next bill. We won't give you the vote unless you give us multiple stimulus checks, or as they see it, reoccurring stimulus checks. Bernie Sanders and 11 other Democrats, 11 out of 50 in the Senate saying, one stimulus check, Mr. President, won't cut it next time. We have to do reoccurring stimulus checks or we won't give you the vote next time. And why is this important? You know why. You can do the math with me. They got to do the 4 stimulus package. I haven't said this all day today until right now. They got to do that 4 stimulus package by reconciliation process again. They're not going to get any Republicans to support them again. They're going to have to do reconciliation. And reconciliation requires 50 of 50 Democrats to support it. One abstention, one person not supporting it kills the bill. They got 11. They got 11 of 50 saying we're not supporting the 4th stimulus package unless there's reoccurring stimulus checks. This is huge. And based upon what happened today, with the president saying he would modify the phase out after just one call, I think you're in a very good position for reoccurring stimulus checks in the fourth stimulus package. This is really, really good procedural news. Let's recap that again. The next time they do a bill, they're going to have to do it the same way they did this one, where they go around the Republicans because they're not going to get any Republican votes. And to do it, they have to have all 50 Democrats. 11 of the 50 Democrats yesterday saying, we're not giving you that vote next time. We understand this one was a rush bill. Next time we're not doing it unless you do reoccurring stimulus checks. Now, what else could those 11 Democrats do? Someone in the comments just said, how about student loan debt forgiveness? They can anchor as many demands as they want the next time around. There's a $50,000 student loan debt forgiveness bill in the Senate. Elizabeth Warren wrote it. And guess what else they could anchor? The wealth tax bill from Monday. The wealth tax bill from Monday, they could anchor that as well. SSI, SSDI, FPUC retro, they can anchor a lot of different things if they work as a team. On Monday, Elizabeth Warren introduced a standalone bill to the Senate to create a wealth tax would generate $2.75 trillion of money. And that money could be used to pay for SSI and SSDI. I'll have more about that in the video right after this, which is our standalone show about SSI and SSDI every day here on Noontime Lalate. It's coming up right after this. It's a short show, and it gives you the short update about it. We're running a little bit late today, as you can see. I'm about 15 minutes late. But so much exciting news. You now see how we have gone from A to C so quickly. I'm really excited. And who is that with a nice super chat? Student loan debt forgiveness, says Alicia. Yes, that's in the standalone bill in the Senate. So many details, so much exciting news. Coming up next is a short, quick recording about SSI and SSDI, and then we go right into afternoon's Lalate. Are you ready? You know I am. So many details, so little time. Stay with LA for more.